Hi, welcome to Crafty Little Things. I'm Andrea and today I've got a little project for you. I'm not quite sure how it's going to turn out, but we had a bit of a challenge in our team group. It's that time of year where things get a bit sluggish and you lose your mojo and it's too hot to craft and you don't feel like making Christmas cards, even though you do. So what I'm going to do is, the challenge was to make something in a vintage style. I've never made anything in a vintage style in my life, so I've just grabbed a few bits and bobs and put them together, and well, I haven't put them together, I think they're going to go together, and yeah, I'm going to see where that takes us. So I've got an 8 by 6 Whisper White, which I've folded and burnished, scored and burnished at 4 inches on the long side. So I don't probably need to tell you the centimetres for this, but it's 20.3 centimetres. This is scored at 10.2 centimetres and this side is 15.2 centimetres. And then I took some of the, I think this is the Daisy Delight DSP that's retired now, and I've got this this spotty side, which I think is Soft Sky. I'm not sure. I think on the original it's sort of variegated, so it goes from like a Soft Sky through to a Tranquil Tide, I think, or Coastal Cabana or something. So anyway, I'm going to use Coastal Cabana ink for my sentiment. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to punch the corners, just make them look a bit fancy. Or maybe that's kind of what I need to be looking for, something a bit shabby and a bit moth. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Something that's not quite perfect, a bit worse for wear maybe. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then over the top I'm going to put, I might actually go with it this way round. And then over the top I'm going to stick this other paper, which I think is also from Daisy Delight. I'm not, if it's not then I'm wrong, but I kind of think it might be, so I'm just going to stick that over the top. And all I've done is I've torn that. Actually, this got torn by the puppy, so I thought, oh yeah, I've seen Fiona from, she does some lovely vintage stuff, and I've seen her do that, just torn paper effect, so I thought I'd do that. Then I got a doily, and I've just kind of folded the doily up a little bit to make it so it's not round, and I'm just going to stick that on somewhere. And then I'm going to use a piece of this, what I think is Soft Sky. It might be Pool Party, I don't know. And I'm going to just cross that over with a gold button or a pearl. No, with a pearl. I'm not going to use a button. So I'm going to use a metal rim pearl, because metal rim pearls are vintage. They scream vintage, don't they? And yeah, I think that's about it. So what I'm going to do is, I've already got this ribbon on here, so I'm not going to put any other ribbon on. So yes, I'm just going to cut that. Sort of on a similar angle. I'm just going to twist that around, and then I'm just going to stick it. I'm just going to pop my pearl on and stick it together with a piece of, with a glue dot. And then I'm going to put my sentiment on, and I'm going to use Better Together for the sentiment. So I'm just going to pop some Tombow all over the back of this. Like I say, I'm not going to bother, I'm not going to worry about things being a little bit tatty. And then I'm just going to clear, I'm not going to put it right up to the edge, because I'm going to let that sort of stand off a little bit to give it a bit of dimension. This is gorgeous paper, isn't it? I hope some appears on the clearance rack one day, because I do love it, and I wish I'd bought some when it retired. Wish I bought more. I've got quite a bit, but Wish I'd bought more. That looks sort of upside down to me now, but it doesn't matter. Not bothered. And then this I'm just going to fasten on like so. So I'm just going to glue up the back here. I'm not going to glue the sides again. I want some sort of movement and movement and texture going on. I've just ripped the end off. I'm not bothered. It's vintage, it's shabby, it's not perfect. My fingers are so gluey. I always end up with dead gluey fingers. How do people avoid gluey fingers? I suppose they don't get glue on them, don't they? Right, and then I'm going to just wrap this around. So I'm just going to pop a glue dot on there. Wrap that around, and then I'm going to pop another glue dot on the back so it can stick onto there. And then I'm going to peel off the backing of the metal rimmed pearl. And pop that on to there. So we've got that little metal rimmed pearl. And then I'm going to look for my sentiment piece. I'm going to put just a note on the sentiment. So that just a note is going to go across there. So I'm going to go across there in Coastal Cabana ink. Where's my... Oh, the colour's perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my trimmer. I'm just going to trim that off. So then that can go across there. I'm just going to, make this slightly thinner. I'm going to make this slightly thinner. Yeah, I like it a bit better like that. And I'm just going to stick it across there. Okay, so I'm going to glue this on to the back with Tombow. But then I think what I might do as well is just get this little rose stamp here, because it's really pretty, and pop it on a different block and just use the same Coastal Cabana ink. I'm just going to pop it around. Yeah, I like that. And fasten that onto my card. Go across like so. And there we have it. I don't know, is that vintage or not? I don't know. Is that a vintage style? Well, because it kind of looks a vintage style to me. Oh, it needs some more of these pearls. I think it needs some more pearls. Right, so I think I've done it. I think that's a vintagey type looking card. Do you think? I think so. Maybe a bit more ribbon would have helped. But anyway, for a first shot, that's my first shot. So don't ever be scared to have a first go at something. And who cares if it's not perfect? Who cares if it's not right? As long as it looks nice. I'd like to receive that card. I think it's really cute, and I'm not into that sort of shabby chic stuff. So yeah, there you go. I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye bye.